YouTube, you're tuning into the Red Cloud Village channel. You can follow us at Red Cloud Village on YouTube and also Red Cloud Village on Instagram. My name is Black Yoshi. You can follow me at Black Yoshi 92 on Instagram, and you can also follow me on Facebook at Michael Jones, also son of Mike. And I'm here just to talk about a little bit of Tower God with my fellow co-host, Foomihawk. Take it away, my boy.
What's going on? It's your boy Foomihawk again. Back to give you that real stuff, all facts, also opinions too. Real facts.
I'm saying all facts, and since we're in the times, but we just gonna leave that. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna leave that for another time. But with all the bullshit and shenanigans aside, man, we just here to talk about Tower of God, which is a Korean manhwa that has been out since 2010. Me and my fellow co-host Mike, we just recently got into it this year through the anime, but because the anime was so good, we decided to read the original material, which is the manhwa. And we're just here to talk about the first season, part 1, season 1, whatever you want to call it, which is roughly around 80 chapters. And fuego. Straight fuego. But yeah, we're here just to ramble a little bit and just give you our initial impressions of characters, arcs, how we feel the story is and what it's going to lead to. And we're just here to hope you can just stay around for future discussions and just make sure that for the most part you enjoy this climb with us, man. So for the most part, if you want to take it away with, man.
Yeah, we're here to drop facts, lots of it. But yeah, let's talk about the arcs. I want to get into the arcs today.
All right. Well, for starters, before we get into the arcs, what I want to get into initially is when you first start reading the series and how it gets into like the first 5 quotes, which are what do you desire? Power and wealth, honor and pride, revenge, or something that transcends them all. And right there, you're automatically hooked because you're like saying, because it gives it like human value, because those are choose to obtain, which I actually thought is really interesting, because when it comes to those 5 quotes, when we get a little bit more into the discussion, I'm going to come back to those quotes, and I'm going to I'm going to show connections of how like those quotes actually connect to certain characters. Mm-hmm. And also what I do like about those quotes when you first get them off, it shows you what these characters that you will be introduced in the series would I guess try to strive for, whether it be power, wealth, revenge, or something that transcends them all, which that quote itself actually relates to a character of a specific character, mind you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into her, trust me. But that quote relates to that particular character in a way. But like I said, for the most part, we're just here to talk about the first chapter and everything like that. And the first arc, which is actually Head-On's floor, which is when the main character, Bomb, enters the tower to go after Rachel, which he meets Head-On, the anthropomorphic, I guess, bunny dude, who is the guardian of the first floor. And upon entering the tower, he essentially gives Bomb a test to go up to the next floor, which was known as the Ball, which was actually like a pretty cool test, and it was actually pretty extreme for the first test. So what'd you think about that, man, for as like the first encounter that the main character had to face?
No, it was crazy. It was mind-blowing, really, just to know that you just threw yourself out in that danger like that and didn't know what was coming. I didn't know you was going to do that. I'd probably ran. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that thing, I'd go.
Yeah. But the thing about that is that, like, you know, niggas tried to call my boy a simp. You know what I'm saying? Said he was on that simp-o-matic, simp-tastic type of level. I was like, nah, bro. He just trying, you know what I'm saying? Just trying, he had the fortitude to go after the quote-unquote girl that was more like, I guess, a mother figure to him than anything else. Not necessarily a love figure. But he just had the resolve to want to take on his first test, which was also against the white steel ill. When it came to this test called the Ball, basically the main character, Bomb, as the first test, he had to pretty much crack or destroy this spherical orb. But the trick was is that he had to get past this giant creature known as a divine sea fish, and this particular name of this divine sea fish
Divine.
was... Yes.
You hear that? Divine.
Yes.
Ain't no regular sea fish. This ain't no scrubs.
Giant.
Divine.
Known as the white steel eel. And what made this so interesting is that even like Bomb himself was kind of looking at this test like, wait, this is a little extreme. Like, I gotta get past this big ass motherfucker just to crack a damn ball, which I thought was really interesting because it really shows you that though this like, come on, like that's what hooks you. Like this is the first test, and this nigga's already about to go against like a boss level creature. First test, like the guy, what?
Crazy.
I don't even know what the bathrooms is in this place.
And somehow, some way he pulls it off. You know, just being oblivious to certain things. You know, for him starting off, but it's just crazy. Definitely had me hooked when I first seen it as well.
Yes, and also what's also introduced originally during this first test is Shinsu, and how it was stated by Head On that it's some pretty much water-based substance that the divine sea fish swim around, but it's also used as kind of like an energy base. So whenever you refer to, or in the future you hear us refer to Sensu, essentially that's the power system in a way in the tower. So just don't be confused on those terms whenever you hear those in the future for the most part. So when it came to the white steel eel, what else did we cover? Yuri. The introduction of Yuri. That's also within this test.
Badass, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think who was it? Evan too, her guide?
Yeah.
Yes, also, yeah. During this test, we get introduced to Yuri, who is one of the princesses of Jihad. And when it comes to the system of the tower, Jihad, who is the king of the tower, he has these princesses who are all not by blood, but they inherited, I guess you could say, his blood, but they're not his birth children. Essentially, they're just these OP-ass chicks who just have this godly dude's power, and these bitches can grow hands,
crazy,
bro. I mean, I never thought I could see a series where, like, well, you know, knowing Yuri, she's really like the one you can see like is the first like testament of like, okay, like these chicks, you know what I'm saying, they strong-willed as hell.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And what I like about the first test is how we got introduced to also, due to Yuri wanting to help Bomb pass the test originally, because her whole thing was that she was interested in him being an irregular. So when it comes to the irregular, as far as that term, what would you first thought when you thought about that? How did that take you by?
Well, the first thing I thought, of course, was just something different from the rest. But I didn't know really what to expect because, as far as the power base, like I said, I never really. There's not too many anime that start off with water.
Yes.
Power base. It's the first element that they use in the show. So that immediately caught my attention. So him being a regular, I didn't know if he was going to have like a crazy amount of water or if he was just going to be like fire dude or something. You know what I'm saying? But you know, once he turned out to be with God, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, true. Because my thing is, because look, my thing is that when you first hear about irregulars, because in Tower of God, those who climb the tower, who are born in the tower, are known as regulars, and those who come from outside of the tower due through their own will or volition, essentially those who open the gate themselves, are irregulars. So Bomb, the main character, in Rachel, I said the bitch's name too, so bro. I said her name too.
Herself. You know, shout yourself out as you did.
But yeah, man, yeah. All hostility aside, Bomb and Rachel, who are the two initial characters introduced, are technically irregulars since they came from the outside to enter the tower. And what's so crazy about these irregulars is how they're essentially, like, they're just hyped up to no end. Like, during the first test, the Head-On's floor, Head-On mentions that Bomb being an irregular, he's not similar to a character known as Phantominium and another character known as Enryu. And right then and there, you're like, hold the fuck up. Like, wait, so there's more? and Bomb ain't even close to what these dudes were when they initially entered the tower. So that lets you know right there that that gave you the hype of Bomb's character before he even, before the nigga even threw a pebble. That nigga was getting hyped up.
Hype?
Yeah. And also about this this first test, I guess you could say like this first arc in this or mini arc, was the introduction of the 13-month series weapons that Yuri lent to Bomb in order to help him pass the first test. So what do you think about these 13-month series and like where they gonna go from the,
That's another thing that caught my attention. You know, there's not too many anime that has like, weapons for a month. You know? So off rip, you know how people are. They want to know the horoscope. They want to know, so what month does my weapon have? So
True.
I'm still curious.
Hey, Yeezy. Hey, Yeezy. Yeezy got the Red Octobers, bro. It's Red October, bro.
Because essentially, like, the 13-month series, you know, they're all named after months. But what's interesting is that, okay, like, come on, there's 12 months.
Yeah.
Why is there 13? So I'm really intrigued of, like, what's this, you know, hidden? Is there, like, a secret 13-month that the series itself came up with? Because that's what's interesting. Because the weapon that she gives Bomb is known as the Black March.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why I kind of made the joke about the Red Octobers. Because, you know, you got Black March, Red October. So there's something called a Red October.
That'd be crazy.
Hey, that'd be crazy, yo. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that was really cool because it shows you another power system within the tower that's not based just around Sensu. And there's one thing I like about Tower of God, what I've noticed through this series as we further talk about the first season, is there's different power bases. Kind of like One Piece.
Yes.
How you have like devil fruits, you have hockey, you have people who are just straight swordsmen. I like how it's not just reduced to just one thing. Kind of in a way like, though, like, one of my favorite elements to use in the series is magic, but magic is still just, you know, magic. It's like, okay, everybody can have different magic, but in Tower of God, there's different, positions, you know what I'm saying? There's weapons, there's items. It's like,
they break it down real good, so you got so much to choose from. It's just like, okay, if I don't like that, there's that. If I don't like that, there's that, and that.
Yes.
So you have an endless amount of things and categories to choose from, so there's like no way, once you watch it, you're just like, okay.
Yes.
What's about to happen next? What's about to really go on?
Yes.
And that's what I caught my eye about it. That's why y'all need to watch it. Definitely all the time. My man Black Yoshi posts it all the time.
All the time.
So definitely go check it out, Ray Cloud.
Yeah, just to make a quick disclaimer, like, actually, me personally, I'm actually caught up to the series as of right now. My boy Foomihawk right here, he's halfway for the most part, but at the end of the day, the climb is here. But we would just want to give y'all our perspective from, you know, when we started off and what we felt about it. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, we gonna get to the current greatness, but right now, we just want to let you know how we feel as we climb this damn tower.
Climb with us.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, before we wrap it up, going on to the next arc, what you, like I said about the ball, anything you want to add on to it, for is just
even the person that Bomb first comes in contact with, what's his name? Weird looking thing.
The head on?
Yeah. Interesting character right there, because it's like, I don't really know who's rooting for.
You
know what I'm saying? He's just this dude. He just wants people to climb towers, see what's up. It's like he's kind of like a shit starter in a way.
And what makes that interesting is how Yuri even noticed when Bomb was taking the test initially. She even noticed how she even said to Head On that this test doesn't even seem like a normal test that any regular should be taking. So as you can see there, it's like, well, was Head On trying to sabotage Bomb?
Yeah, the whole time.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, because she even was keen on it.
Yeah.
And that's why he agreed for Yuri to lend him the Black March. Because he was like, hey, well, if you think this test is so hard, we'll lend him the Black March to see if he gonna pass it. Nigga passed it. and it is what it is. But what's interesting is that irregulars were said to bring chaos to the tower, or they can normally bring, I think, 1 or 3 things. I think one is destruction, chaos, and I think liberation.
Yeah.
And what makes Bomb's character so interesting from the first chapter is that you wonder, what is he going to bring to the tower? Because it was said that each tower opens up because it needs something. And if Bomb being the main character, I believe he will be the liberation.
Oh, definitely.
You know, but that's for a little further discussion. That's more like a theory, but that's just where, you know,
I totally agree based off his personality and his whole demeanor. You know, he's a calm dude, kind of innocent sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He really don't know what. He seemed like that kid's always sheltered, don't really know what's going on.
Good heart, but naive.
Big eye kid, everything.
Pretty much.
Name,
cockroaches, bro.
Just based on how he is, he would definitely be liberation. But it's definitely going to be interesting as I continue to climb to see that if he's liberation, that means there's going to be some other irregulars to fill the other 2 spots.
Exactly.
Destruction and, So it's definitely going to be interesting. That's why I'm going to keep climbing. You're going to climb with us. For sure.
And also what I wanted to add to that is that when he does go up to the next floor, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, Head On tells Yuri that boy has gone up. What will you do now? But he said it in a way was like, now that boy has gone up, you might have just started some shit. So what's going to be your next step? So that's right. That's what I'm saying. Like, Tower God is just hype. Chapter 1 is just, there's no really crazy action, but it's enough to just make you want, like, it makes you want to read it. Like, it's not the flashiest, and I'm going to be real with y'all niggas. Look, man, the artwork,
Ooh.
Dumpster juice, bro. Initially, it does get better. It gets a lot better. But
better,
initially, I'm talking about, man, I'm talking about etch a sketch, blindfolded in the dark. That's how bad this art is, man.
Like, man, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah. But besides that, like, man, we just want to move on to the next arc, man, which was the second floor, which was known as Ivankel's Hell. And this is when we actually started to get introduced to more of our main cast of characters.
Yes.
And so I don't know if you want to take it away or anything you want to just start off, as far as anything you remember, as far as when Bomb initially entered that floor.
Man, I kind of want to dive into the characters.
Okay, yeah, that's no doubt.
Let's start into some of the characters. My man, Sleepy King. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, Snorlax, right. Bro. That was sleeping bad.
Guy.
Hey, yo.
You know what I'm saying? He was sleeping at first. I think he's going to be one of them fall off, push away dudes just to be there, one of the funny guys. But no, he got a lot of potential. They said he's really has a high level of that power to be able to use.
And you know what? I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what makes it so funny though about his characters is that like the fact that like he sleeps all the time, but he's kind of low key like a savage.
Yeah,
He's like, yo, don't sleep on this nigga.
Literally,
that's what I'm saying, bro. You sleep on that nigga, it's a wrap, bro. He wakes up, he's doing some shit on you. You ain't never thought that man had in his back pocket, bro. Straight up, bro. But that makes it cool. But yeah, I know what you mean. I think his name was Leroy Fonzical.
Yes.
I think that's his name, but I know exactly what you're talking about. He's pretty dope.
Definitely.
And also what I like too when Bomb initially enters the floor is how we get introduced to what's a knock and Hots, and they square off ASAP. I mean, how your swords, how they gangbanging, bro?
It's crazy.
How you got a blue sword and a red sword?
Never seen it. You know what I'm saying? They got like you said, it's kind of like One Piece. They got very unique characters.
Yes.
You know, that makes you dive in. Like, okay, what's he about? And even some of the characters that you thought was gonna be about some stuff, they gone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I definitely recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yeah, and also we get you introduced to pretty much what comes on pretty much like the main trio. Like we have Bomb, but we get introduced to Coon, Aguero, Agnes, and Rock. I think his last name is Wrathrazor. I believe that's something crazy like that.
What is he, like a dinosaur?
I think he's like a crocodile. He's like a crocodile hybrid type of like anthropomorphic type of motherfucker.
Yeah.
But and he's like the tank pretty much. He becomes like the tank for the most part. Yeah. And then Coon, he's very cunning, very conniving. He gives off like this shady vibe. Because even when he initially meets Bomb, the first thing he thinks to Bomb is, I could use this motherfucker to get at the tower. He don't look at Bomb. He ain't say like, oh, this kid seems like he needs help. He's lost. He said, nah, how can I finesse this nigga to get to where I need to be?
Exactly. And Coon, he seems like one of them characters that has a dark background. You know what I'm saying? He seems like he got his shit with him.
Yeah.
So he's very interesting. He sticks out to me as well. Just want to know about him and his family. You know, everybody knows family. They know what they about. So it's like, damn, I want to know too. Like,
yeah.
So, you know, that's another reason we keep climbing and climbing. So there's a lot, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of on what my boy Foomihawk was saying, as far as these families in Tower of God, there are these 10 great families who are, in a sense, like a coinciding power to Jihad. Like, Jihad is the king of the tower. He's head honcho. But these 10 families, or I should say the leaders of the families, they're kind of like these people who also have very big push and high praise in the tower. And Coon is from one of those families. He's from the Coon family. His real name is Aguero Agnes, but his last name is Coon since he's from the Coon family. But it's just Coon for short in the series, so... You know, that's just how, you know, we just keep it as. And I really like how that tends to be something in the series that gives it more lore. Because it shows you that, like, there could be so many... Because there's 10 families.
Yeah.
So that shows you that it's just abundance of characters. And we didn't mention this before, but Yuri, she's also from one of the 10 families. She's from the Ha family. And that goes back to what I was saying before, how though you're not blood of Jihad, you can still be technically, like, claimed as a daughter. And Yuri's an example of that. So I found that to be really, really cool. And this arc was, for the most part, pretty quick. It really wasn't anything too short. I mean, too like, fleshed out. It was more just introducing certain characters and essentially how Bob and Coon and Rock had to form a team in order to go to the next, to take the next test. Not go to the next floor, but to take the next test to qualify.
Exactly. You can't help but root for him. You know, for Bob being the main character and him being so lovable in the way he is, and you want to know about Coon, and you know, you just got the big tank cross. So just you can't help but root for him. But as you can see, other characters stick out as well, and you know it's not going to be just that easy. They're not just going to have some crazy plot armor where they're just going to get through everything. You know, they really got to fight and struggle and work together. You know, they argue all the time. Coon thinks he run his Bomb, believe in man. Yeah. Big Croc's like, I want to fight Bomb because I didn't believe in man. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
Just,
like,
you know,
that's what makes it interesting too. Is because when Rock also met Bomb, he was saying how Bomb was like a prey that he wants to hunt, and I think it was mainly due because he had the Black March, and that's initially the only reason why Coon wanted to help Bomb during the first during when they first encountered, because he looked at Bomb like this normal ass kid, like he got a 13 out of all weapons, he got a 13-month, and he don't even look like you know what I'm saying, his asshole from a hole in the ground. And that's why he was all like, I could use this kid, because he thought Bomb was just this naive kid who just didn't really know what he was getting himself into. Exactly. So that's what I really like about the I believe it was called Ivankel's Hell, but I think there was a particular name for it. I don't know if it was like a team up game or something like that, but for the most part it was just they had to form little mini teams in order to move on. But besides that, we're gonna move on to the next arc, which I believe was the position test. And if I'm not mistaken, this is where we get introduced to a new character named LaRoe.
Yes.
LaRoe, to be exact. And he's what's known as a high ranker. Yes. And the high rankers are people in the tower who have actually climbed the tower to the top. Yes. And they have essentially, they can get like high positions on certain floors. And he is a test, I believe, administrator. So he pretty much gives out the test. So we're introduced to LaRoe. And then we're also further explain what sensu is, and how he explains how it's not just this water base. It can be used for many various different things, even from de-aging yourself, essentially staying young, or aging yourself.
Damn, I didn't know you could do that.
It's
just learned something new.
Sensu is that explains why, if you notice, why people in the tower, I believe like characters like Yuri, are like 500 years old, bro. Like, it's crazy, and she don't look no more than like 22.
Betty.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy, crazy. Yeah, facts. You know, and that's what I really liked about it. So, and when it came to the position test and how he had to create the barrier, how did what did you feel about that? For as like how he explained that and everything.
It was crazy. You know, when he broke it down, it was like, dang.
Swear, man.
Like, this is definitely different.
Yeah.
And then to see, the people who got through, and the one homie struggling to get through, that was hilarious.
Oh, bro.
So
what's his name?
Sabishi.
Yeah. Adidas. My Adidas. Straight up. That man, ayo, he needs an Adidas sponsorship ASAP.
That thing.
This man, bro. What? You looking at you see niggas in the tower. You see motherfuckers that got wings. You see a little green bitch. You see all types of great. Excuse my language, but this is where the real nigga comes out. Because like this man had a tracksuit on, bro.
He had the toe zipped up. He had the thing zipped up. He didn't have it open. He had it
zipped up. I'm talking about soccer dad jogging in the morning. Crazy, man. But yeah, Sabisu, man, that's his name. He's pretty dope.
Yeah,
dope funny as hell. And what I also liked about that test, when he further explained the sensu and when he created the barrier, is that the whole purpose was to see if these people have high sensu resistance. Mm-hmm. So that's why he see if they could get through the barrier to test the resistance level. And when it happens, everybody gets pushed back before they start making their way through, but the only one who doesn't is Bomb. And then Bomb is looked at by LaRoe, and this man literally says, a monster has arrived. And I'm like, hold up, wait. He ain't even do nothing. He was just standing there. He was literally just standing there like, oh, Mr. LaRoe, the wall didn't touch me. And like, what? How?
He's a monster.
He a monster. And I'm like, that's the second time Bomb has been hyped up. First, Head-On's little rabbit ass tried to stop him from climbing the tower. Now you got LaRoe's ass giving him praise. Like, he ain't even do nothing. Do nothing yet.
Came through.
Crazy, man. He ain't do not a damn thing. Jeez.
Shout out, Squirrel. What up?
Shout out to the swirly pup. Man, he just trying to be on camera. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. They're part of the Red Cloud Village, man.
Oh, for sure.
We just try to make sure it's professional over here. And this guy, sometimes he could be a handful, but he's cool looking. You know what I'm saying? Perched up and stance like a steed. Okay,
watching our backs.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? While we try to climb this tower. Facts. But anyway, man, before we, not before we, but as we continue, I should say, with the position test, other characters eventually make it through the barrier. Like you were saying, Shibisu, how he kind of forced his way through the wall, and he was also followed by other characters like Anak, and there were a few more characters. I think there was some chick named Serena that was on Shibisu's team that made it through. Mm-hmm. Some guy named Ho, who turns out to be a little ho ass nigga. Ho ass nigga. Ooh, darkness, now the light. You know what I'm saying? We just might have magic. You never know. You never know. But that's what I really liked about that test, though. I really like how like it further gave Bomb hype. It explained Sensu more. It told you pretty much how like Sensu resistance is, which we kind of already was stated in the first chapter about Head On and the White Still Ill. Mm-hmm. But now it's even more kind of like expanded upon in this moment. So this was like another like test that really wasn't too long. It was really like a few chapters for the most part, but essentially it was just trying to let us know like more in-depth explanation.
Dorsey, was Dorsey there?
And Dorsey, was she there? I believe so.
Dorsey.
Cause now that you mention it, I don't think we mentioned her when we were just talking about the second floor of the Ivanka as hell. Because I'm trying to because she does show up during the Crown game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. You know who she shows up. You know who show up where, right? Yeah. So I think she doesn't come in until then. But far as like I said, the position test and everything like that, I guess I should say the sensu resistance test essentially. That's just what it really was, and I thought it was really dope, and I really liked it for the most part. And to follow up from there, the next test was the now I believe this was the like the position test. I might have been wrong, excuse me on that. I think this was known as like the sensu resistance test for the most part, but this is the position test where we actually get into what we were saying before, like how the different abilities and stuff like that. How there's not just sensu, how there's the fisherman, the spearman, the light bearer, the wave controller, and the scout. And I really like that because it shows you that, and like I was saying in the tower, it's not just about being strong. You could be talented in your own way.
Yeah.
You know. Kind of like you were saying like about Shibisu. Like Shibisu may not seem all that special, but him being a scout, he's good. He pretty much can use he got weights.
Yeah,
it's like him and Kun. Like Kun's a light bearer, but Kun has the intellect to be a scout, just like Shibisu. So I really like that. And how do you feel about the positions, man? And how you feel like they could be implemented or?
It's dope.
Yeah.
It's very deep. It's a big, huge roster. So
yeah,
there's character for days. Some character dies, there's gonna be new one to place that.
Yeah.
So it really goes deep, and the power system is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Like catastrophic, big, bright lights. Sometimes the basic stuff be crazy. So you always gotta be prepared for just random things popping out and just strap in. Crazy.
Yeah. Because but if you notice with the titles of the positions and everything like that, notice how, like I said, Sensu is the water base in the tower. There's these creatures known as divine sea fish. Baiao, first. What is it? First position, fisherman. If you notice, like I was saying, like I like how it's consistent. It's like it's somehow still in this world of just water and sea and ocean or something like that. Like I like that, So I feel like that's really cool. And if I'm not too mistaken, we find out, as far as our main cast of characters that we know, as far as like Bomb, Kun, Anak, Rock, Hots, Shibisu, we find out where they all fall in these categories. Rock is a spearman, which means he's just that QB arm. He got that QB arm essentially. You know what I'm saying? Kun is a light bearer, which means he's very manipulative. And come on, that's Kun. Like, come on, yeah. Like literally in the series, like I joined a Facebook group and shit, and literally in the series, when you get finessed in Tower God, you get Kun, bro. They literally gave it its own fucking. You get Kun, bro. So getting Kun happens to a lot of people. So that just showed you the type of character that he is right there. That he will finesse you. He will leave you thinking like, okay, my mom might have told me I was really retarded and never told me, bro. Like he will make you feel like that. And we found out that Anak is she's in the fisherman. She's in the fisherman category, and Shibisu and Hots, they're scouts. So I really like how and Bomb is the wave controller, since he's going to be skilled in using sensu. So I like how within the first season we found out where most of our main cast can be when it comes to fighting on the field.
Right, that squad right there though. a knocking hard. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. When they pulled up, I'm like, oh,
And like,
damn.
And like, out of all squads, it was on Cbisu's team.
Yeah.
Fucking Adidas tracksuit got these two goons like getting NBA 2K carry right now, bro. By these niggas, bro. Straight up, straight factual, bro. But that's what I wait. Hold on, wait. Now you mentioned it. No, wait, never mind. Nope. Because I was gonna say maybe Dorsey was introduced before that, but I'm actually thinking of something else. That's all. Yeah, because I was thinking of a knock, but it's a little later on. Mm-hmm. And I think after that, after the test, I believe it was the crown game.
Yeah, crown game.
And this is where we do get introduced. Yeah, this is where we do get introduced to Ann Dorsey, who's also a fellow princess of Jihad, and she's actually recently new. Like, so she's only been a princess for maybe. Known in Tower, I forgot. I don't know if it was for a few hundred years but either way, she's like the baby. Mm-hmm. So that's when we get introduced to her. And what I liked about the Crown game is I like how it gave us more into character. I guess it gave us more characters, but it also shows you the intellect and how the Tower is, as far as like these different games they have to play. As far as like, because all the other the things we've seen in the first few chapters, I guess, or arcs, were mostly like tests. But this actually it was more like a game. Yeah. You know, like somebody sits on a throne and you had to pretty much, your team has to defend you with the crown, essentially. And what I liked about that is it showed you that Kun, finesser, master finesser, swear to God, Rock, you know what I'm saying? Even Rock was holding shit down.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but you know, like, I don't know what you guys say about that, you know, for just,
I mean, the game was crazy. It was lit. It was just crazy the whole time. People jumping. Getting punched. My man, these was out there.
He smacked Ho.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
he smacked that motherfucker, bro. Even in the anime, they gave this man the Bruce Lee sound effect when he smacked him. He was straight up doing kung fu, bro. How you supposed to, bro? He smacked you like the hoe you was.
Oh, for sure. He deserved
straight
it.
Up, man.
For sure.
But that test for the most part really wasn't like I said, for the most part, a lot of these tests are short for the most part, but it's just, I guess, what we found out for them, for as how we found out during this test that's when Bond discovered that Rachel, like, he found her essentially for the first time. Like, essentially, once Bond entered the tower, he didn't really know where Rachel was, and luckily the Crown game is where he found her, essentially, and she was a part of Dorsey's team, and she also had this big ass dude. To this day, random ass motherfucker. Don't know where he came from.
What the fuck this nigga was?
Yeah, but after that, I don't think what else really happened after that. I don't really think too much happened really after that.
After the game.
Wait. I know exactly what happened. When Kun and them was on the throne and Bomb saw that was Rachel. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of snippet came out. My nigga Bomb. Okay, he got his ass off the throne. Should have kept his owner about to sabotage the team to win. Yeah. And basically. Nigga gets bashed in the head, you know what I'm saying? Knocked the fuck out. Trying to save this bitch. And he has this eruption of sensu, essentially. And it attacks the person that essentially knocks him out. And you don't know what the fuck happens in that moment. Basically, it's just as big as eruption of energy. And for the most part, it goes crazy. It even like knocks her mask off and shit like that. And you think this chick is dead. It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. But other than that, was there anything you need to add to that?
I mean, just the way it ended. I mean, even at that point, you're just like, what the hell is going on? Like, he finds Rachel. Yeah. But as you see throughout the game, she doesn't want to be found. She's like, yo. I'm here.
And that's what also makes her character interesting.
Yeah.
It's
like, why? Like, he's trying to find you, but you're trying to stay away from him. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're actually running low on time at the moment right now, but we want to continue this in part 2 of this discussion of season 1 of Tower of God. We're ending off right now at the Crown game, but we're going to pick it up next with the game Hide and Seek. So stay tuned for video number 2. Again, this is the Red Cloud Village podcast, or I should say the Red Cloud Village channel, and you can follow us on YouTube at Red Cloud Village. Same with Instagram, Red Cloud Village. I'm your boy Black Yoshi. This is my co-host,
Foomihawk.
And we the Red Cloud Rankers, and see you for the second discussion. Peace.